Welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I am Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Okay, today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC 208. Jermaine de Randamie versus Holm for the UFC Featherweight Championship of the World, which was a newly created world title. Vacant, obviously. I mean, they just implemented this weight class to the UFC. And, wow. Yeah, okay, so, like, I had high expectations for this fight card because it was like, just, the matchups were just well put together. The matchmakers did a great job with this. And the casual fan may not recognize some of those names, but the diehard fans like myself and some of you watching at home will know that, yeah, these are good names. Like Tim Bosch, like, casual fan won't know who he is, but the diehard fans know he's a knockout artist, and then you had him up against Jacare Souza. He was a submission artist, and so it was a great matchup. And that was probably one of the highlight fights of the card. So, yeah, let's get started. This is a post-fight show of the main card, and yeah, the main event was Jermaine versus Holm for the featherweight title, the 145-pound women's title. And this was just, it was a striking chess match. I think Jermaine won the fight fair and square. I had her winning at least 3, if not 4 of the rounds. No, I would say 3 of the rounds cleanly. Then the other 2 were Holm. I think some of the later rounds, it was debatable with Holm winning. It just, you know, she got Jermaine up against the cage and clinched with her. But for the most part, I thought Jermaine had the better striking throughout the whole entire fight, for the most part. And yeah, it was a decision. It was a drag-it-out decision. I thought there was going to be a knockout. I thought someone's going to get knocked out in round 3, 4, or 5. I had Jermaine winning in the 3rd round on my pre-fight show. Yeah, so Jermaine wins by unanimous decision, and hopefully the next fight will be more exciting. And yeah, because if you watch Invicta with their featherweight division, it's like just knockouts and finishes and explosive fights from the get-go. So I thought this fight would be no different. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's not like these fighters go out and say, yeah, I'm going to have a boring fight. It happens sometimes. So Jermaine wins by unanimous decision. 48-47 across the board. Then in the middleweight division on the main card, in the co-main event, we had Anderson the Spider Silva versus Derek Brunson. And this one was a robbery, I think. I think Derek Brunson deserved to win the decision, but Anderson Silva won the decision by unanimous. And yeah, I could sympathize with a 29-28, but the 30-27, I kind of go, I don't know about that, because I could see like Anderson Silva say winning. I think it was like the first round maybe, but then round 2 and 3, like especially round 3, Derek Brunson had the takedown. And then he was in full mount on Anderson Silva, and he was just pounding him out. According to Fight Metric, the strikes were pretty even for the most part. Round 3, I think, was like tied, depending on what strikes you're looking at. And you got to factor in, though, Derek Brunson had the dominant position. So you got to award that some points. So I think Derek Brunson won the fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. But it is what it is. Like Dana White always says, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. So Anderson Silva won unanimous decision. Then also in the middleweight division, we had Ronaldo Souza versus Tim Bosch. This was a quick 1-round submission Kimura, and it was just well implemented. Jacare Souza did a great job there. Then in the light heavyweight division, we had Glover Teixeira versus Jared Cannonier. And yeah, this was Glover just getting takedowns each round and pounding him out, and he worked in good single leg takedowns there. yeah, that was 30-26 across the board, unanimous decision for Glover. So it was a dominant win. It keeps him in that top 5 ranking in the UFC light heavyweight division. Then you had, to kick off the main card, a lightweight clash with Dustin the Diamond Poirier and Jim Miller. Now this was a good technical striking match. I mean, Jim Miller was able to hold his own in the striking department to a large extent, but Dustin Poirier had the better, the better of the striking for the most part throughout the whole fight, and that's what got Dustin the win. And I think he won. Yeah, I would say it's 29. Yeah, no, I can see either a 29-28 or a 30-27, but the judge that had it a 28-28. Yeah, so this was decision majority in favor of Dustin Poirier. Yeah, I don't know where the judge got it 28-28. I think Dustin Poirier won by unanimous decision here. But yeah, so Dustin Poirier won decision majority. So 2 of the judges picked Dustin, and then 1 had it a draw. So it was a great win for Dustin, a good name win, and Jim Miller is a tough, durable veteran in the UFC. And it's going to be interesting to see where Dustin goes from here in the lightweight division, because he was killing it at featherweight for a while, and he's been at lightweight for a while now. And yeah, he's just well-rounded, and it looks like he's recovering well from this fight as well. So that wraps up the post-fight show for this card. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be a pre-fight for Derek Lewis versus Travis Brown UFC Fight Night. Yep. And yeah, until then, see ya.